Welcome to the SoCal Sports Complex in Oceanside, California, where we are set for match day 2 of the U.S. Soccer Development Academy U-18-19 playoffs. I'm your host, Mark Serber, and it's a pleasure to be with you as we are coming to you from Group F, where Sockers FC is getting set to face off against Philadelphia Union. The Union making their way out. We will step aside for the playing of our national anthem, and then it's Group F action coming your way from Oceanside.
No, this is introductions right now, starting lineups. I think he thought that it was going to be the anthem. Here comes the anthem.
Well, it's a great atmosphere here at the stadium at the SoCal Sports Complex. Both teams, U16, 17 sides are here, and they are cheering them on with gusto as it's the number 3 Sockers FC getting ready to take on the Philadelphia Union here on match day 2 in Group F of the U.S. Soccer Development Academy U18-19 playoffs. Sockers FC coming in with a 3-0 win to start out these playoffs against Nomads 2 days ago. Well, the Philadelphia Union coming in off the back of a 3-2 loss to the San Jose Earthquakes. Although head coach Kevin Coleman said he felt his side played really well in that match, just didn't take their chances. And as he reminded his side, last year's U18-19s went through to the quarterfinals with a record of 1-1-1. So win today and anything's possible. So Sockers FC looking to win to set themselves up with a chance to go through on the final match day, while the Philadelphia Union looking to get themselves back into the playoff hunt. Sockers FC facing off against a Union side that finished third in the Atlantic Division with a regular season record of 11-4-7 with 58 goals for and 26 goals against. And a good look at Tony Temple, who is playing up top for the Union today. Temple, who joined last season from IMG Academy, has featured for the USL Championship sides Bethlehem Steel and has 7 caps for the U.S. Youth National Team at different levels. So it's Temple who will get us underway against the Sockers FC side that repeated as Mid-America Division champions for the second year running with a record of 15-2-6, 46 goals for, and the best defense in the academy, just 19 goals against during the regular season, and recorded their 9th clean sheet of the season in their opening day victory over Nomads. So it's the Union attacking from right to left across their screen who gets us underway. And the high pressure almost paying off right away, but McSwain calmly ushers it away from Stojanovic. It's a towering header from Iskra, but it's the Union who maintain possession through Evans as he drops it back, and it's played inside looking for Bowie. Bowie dispossessed in midfield, but he's able to win it back. He's got Temple ahead of him. He didn't want to try and slide it through. Still going is Bowie. Now he tries to find Temple, and it's poked away. Sample unable to get away as it's won back by Flores, and he gets it inside. And then Scheinkiel goes down, and he wins the first free kick of the afternoon. So an early opportunity from the set piece for the Philadelphia Union. Seeing them hit from here, but this is also one where you might want to dink it onto the penalty spot, try and curl it toward the back corner of the 6, or perhaps maybe a rehearsed routine from the training ground. It's Selmer Mischich who's over it. Mischich, 4 caps at the youth level for the U.S. His twin brother Emil plays for the U-17s. And Mischich will have the hit. Nothing to test Celentano in the Sockers goal, but the first chance of the game goes the way of the Union. This is a nice little play set up for Mischich. Just couldn't get over it. Flores gets it out wide. One back by Sample. And overtaking is Ramadan. His brother Yusuf has also played for the Sockers. Evans with the throw-in. And it'll be another throw-in for the Union just in front of Kevin Coleman in the Union bench. Philadelphia Union, one of 5 teams to have every single team in the academy make it through to these playoffs. In the U15, U16, 17, and of course this 18-19 level. The U15s will feature in our showcase game tomorrow against LAFC. The break could be on here for Sockers. It's poked out wide. Ball coming across. Nothing to concern McSwain in the end. And the Cornell-bound goalkeeper will take a goal kick for the Union. McSwain in his 2nd season in the DA for the Philadelphia Union. You can see the high pressure from the front line of the Sockers, so McSwain is going to push everybody into midfield and take this goal kick long. So he launches it into the center circle. Scheinkiel was under it, but instead it is won by Sockers. Cisneros flying forward. And Julian Cisneros will concede the throw-in. Huckabee to bring it out of the back for the Union. Looking direct right away. It's over the head of Temple. Iskra coming back. Don't think he knew that Bowie was chasing him down. Good talk from his other center back to let him know. And Celentano sprays it to the far side. And that press receives cheers from the U16-17s. And U15 coach Chris Brewer told me that because it's so sunny out, he wants his side to stay in the shade. So the U15s are watching back at their hotel as they get set to embark on the first ever U15 playoff campaign in the U.S. Soccer Development Academy since they went to that single age group. As this will roll out of bounds, and it'll be the first quarter kick of the game for the Union. At the 18, 19, and 16, 17 levels, it's eight groups of four, with the winners of each group going through to the quarterfinals. Here at the 18, 19 level, it'll be played on the 24th, 16, 17 level on the 25th. The U15 level is two groups of four, and the winners of each group will play on the final here on the 25th. As this one headed down, still might be something on here for the Union. So the shot is blocked. And a missed clearance. And the ball comes back to Flores. He teases it into the mix of the header, and a great save by Celentano to deny Bowie. So second corner kick of the game from the Union, thanks to the heroics of Celentano. Lovely ball played in, and the header perfectly directed toward that near post, but Celentano had other ideas. That's another good ball, and it's Celentano who's there again to punch clear, only as far as the top of the box, but Flores slips, and it's going to be Sockers to go the other way. Look at it, hit on the breakthrough, Stojanovic, he slips, Evans steps in front of him, and now he's on the charge. Gets the overlap from Bowie, wasn't able to find the correct ball to him, and now it's Stojanovic to go the other way. He's being guarded by the captain, Wagner. Muscall, Flores wins it, gets up quickly, and the question now, is this a kick or a throw? Either way, it's going the way of the Union. And it will be a free kick for Flores. Leaves it off for Evans, who will get it over to Huckabee. Inside pass to Vries, and Sockers overtake. And this time a free kick is whistled. Sockers FC fans over on the far side don't agree with that, as it's a great atmosphere here in the stadium. One of the things I've loved seeing year after year at the U.S. Soccer Development Academy playoffs is when the team scores, they usually run over, and it's an entire academy celebration, not just the team celebration. Long ball cleared away by Lucien Lang. Moscow tries to bring it under control. Bit of a heavy touch, but he's able to rescue the situation, and he gets it forward. Stojanovic chasing. Cleared away from him. Stojanovic is the one that the Union must watch. Has 16 goals and 21 starts coming into this one. Will play his college ball at St. Louis University for the Billikens. These teams know each other well. David Richardson said he thinks they've played each other every single year, whether it be playoffs or in one of the showcases since the U14 age group. And for a lot of these Sockers players, they've been together since the age of 8 or 9. So for many of them, their last chance to win something as a club, and they've been in the playoffs every year, as the high pressure almost causing real problems for McSwain. He's lucky to see that loop over his goal for a goal kick. So McSwain, getting his 8th start of the season, will take the goal kick. Like so many of these players, he is trained with Bethlehem Steel, Philadelphia Union's USL Championship side. Brandon Aronson in the fall was playing with these 18-19s. Now he's a starter for the Union's MLS team. Temple gets around Iskra. And coming across his lane, but it hits off of Temple last, and it's going to be a goal kick for Celentano. Celentano will keep goal for Indiana at the collegiate level. Don't have the figures for this year, but in 2018, over 1,000 DA players signed to play college soccer, both the men's and women's side. This is a program in its 13th season, the U.S. Soccer Development Academy. Started back in 2007-2008 with 2,500 boys in the academy, and has since grown to not only boys, but the girls' academy as well in its second season with over 20,000 players on both sides. Well, combined, not 20,000 each, just the shot is rolled in, and it's easy for Celentano. DeVries is chasing. Intercepted by Sockers, but won back by Mischic. On to Scheinkeel. Has Temple in front of him. Plays it to the far side, but it tails away from Bowie. So it'll be a throw-in for Sockers FC in the 11th minute. Played in for Ramadan. And now looking to chisel their way down the flank, Sockers FC. The Union get it back, and we'll play it all the way to McSwain. Into the midfield. On deck, Scheinkeel chasing, but he's dispossessed. Hint of handball perhaps, but ref waves play on. And Cisneros tries his luck from distance. Well, Jack DeVries, the number 30 for the Philadelphia Union, played for the US U-17s in the CONCACAF Championship back in May, where he made 2 appearances, has 3 games played for Bethlehem Steel in the USL Championship as well. A couple weeks ago, won the US Soccer Development Academy Play of the Week with an absolute banger that he scored. His father was a professional soccer player, and his mom is in the U.S. National Field Hockey Hall of Fame as well. Or played for the U.S. National Field Hockey team and is in the Kent State Athletics Hall of Fame. And Scheinkeel is trying to run away with it, but the ball had gone out of bounds, so it's going to be a throw-in for Sockers FC. So the Illinois side will take the throw-in through Lang. But stepping in front to win it is Tiger Evans. Evans looking for the return ball. And now Bowie's trying to chase down Barnes. Bowie beats him to the ball. Barnes does what to recover. Bowie tries to cut it across. Barnes says no, but it's at the expense of the 3rd corner kick of the game for the Philadelphia Union. And the Union's U16-17s doing the Sons of Ben proud, singing the songs to try and will their team onto a goal here in the early going from the set piece. Is Samir Mischic coming over to take. Another player whose dad was in the professional ranks in the likes of Bosnia and the 3rd division in Germany. Is this one short for Evans? He looks to set the table. That's not a bad cross, and still something might be on here. But getting to it quickest is Sockers, and they look to break. It's 4-on-2 if they can hurry. The long ball looking for the run of Moskal, but instead it'll be shepherded back to McSwain, who plays it back out wide for Wagner. Inside to DeVries. And clipped it in, but it was over Scheinkeel, who was coming back to receive it, wanted it at his feet, and instead Celentano is going to play it out. Lang. The Union looking to squeeze. DeVries wins it, but illegally, says the referee. Errant pass from Flores gives the ball back to the Sockers. Temple looking to run on the far side. Has Bowie in the center. Temple gets to the end line. And Barnes defending well, but it will be the fourth corner kick of the game for the Union. It's good defending from Pierre Barnes. The Aurora, Illinois native getting his 21st start of the season. Will certainly have his hands full today with the likes of Temple and Bowie. So it's DeVries who will take this corner kick. And the center backs are in the box. Love to steal goals from these kind of positions. That's the Sockers who get the first ball. Barnes is chasing. And Barnes wins it off of Flores and pokes it out of bounds. 16th minute in Oceanside, still 0-0 between the Sockers and the Union on match day 2 in Group F of the U.S. Soccer Development Academy U-18-19 playoffs. The Sockers FC currently on a 6-game winning streak. Won their last 5 games to end the regular season and the 3-0 victory over Nomads on match day 1. But they're on the back foot here. The deflection took the sting out of the cross, and it falls into the hands of Roman Celentano. Sample. Moxall. Lang, back into the feet of Moskal. And this is Joshua Penn. U-19 international dispossessed. And the Union looking to break quickly. This is Bowie on the far side. Bowie leaves it off for Mischic arriving. It's Celentano with another spectacular save. Well, when you have goalkeeping like that, you understand why they're the best defense in the Development Academy. Even if the defense does get breached, Celentano stands tall in that goal. I don't think Mischic could have hit it any better than that. Perhaps a bit more direction. But still, Celentano called into action once again, and he answers it with a plum. 5th corner kick of the game for the Union. We're still not even 18 minutes in. This one headed away at the near post. Evans has Stojanovic on him. Oh, silky from Evans. He runs out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in for Lang. The head of Moskal looking for Stojanovic. Ramadan with the header. Iskra shows too much of it to Bowie. Running at Barnes. We'll poke it through. Barnes read it well. Stabs it back to his keeper. DeVries spins away from the pressure. One back by Sample. Lovely one-touch combination to start the attack for Sockers. And Evans is well stationed to make the headed clearance. It's a good job getting back by Mischic. Make sure that Semple couldn't step in front of him, and the free kick quickly taken. Sean Keel will spin back with it. Mischic. Flores with room to operate. Rolls it out wide for DeVries. And DeVries will have a hit. Not his best effort, but the idea was there. DeVries not happy with himself. Still, though, you can see the footballing brain that Jack DeVries has. Realized that he could cut it back and set himself up for that shot. Usually you're looking to curl it toward the far corner. I just don't think he wrapped his foot around it enough. More so got under it, and that's why it went high behind the stadium field here. Celentano won't mind as he takes the goal kick. Evans skies for it, but the taller Stojanovic wins it. And he'll get the throw-in. First minute. Flores' clearance is blocked. Played in for Stojanovic. He's bundled over at the top of the box, and it'll be a free kick and a yellow card. And so the yellow card, to wait and see who it was that received it. We'll be able to tell here, but a lovely ball threaded through, and he had stolen between the center back Stojanovic, and I believe it's Evans that got the yellow. So Evans, the first player to go into the referee's book this afternoon, but pick your poison. There were two players that bought Stojanovic down. Penn is over it. As is Ethan Conley. So it'd be Penn on the left, Connolly on the right. 5 men in the wall for the Union. It's Penn! It's gorgeous! The U-19 International strikes first for Sockers FC. An absolute showstopper that, and look what it means. '50th goal of the season for Sockers FC, and what a way to get it. Inch perfect off the left boot of their number 10, Joshua Penn. His 17th goal in 17 starts this season. Philadelphia were controlling the game in terms of chances, in terms of possession. But the Sockers weathered the storm, held on strong, created and scored really on what was their first genuine opportunity of this match. Wagner brings it forward and gets it into the midfield. Mischich is trying to play it in between the center and left back, or right back rather. And Flores will be called for a push in the back. Cisneros taking that knock. And now the referee is going to have a word with Flores. Just telling him to calm down a bit. Understands emotions are high, having just conceded for the Philadelphia Union. And that's good refereeing by Clay Guerrero out of Colorado. So Iskra will take the free kick. It'll be a free kick for the Union, much to the groans of the Sockers FC bench. Quickly taken for DeVries. He'll slide it out wide for Bowie. Bowie working on Conley on the far side. Skips by him, lays it back, but Ramadan was there. DeVries picks up the pieces. He gets to the end line. Still going DeVries, and Connolly was able to get a foot in and disrupt him. Now Stojanovic, good hold-up play from Stojanovic. And just thumped out of bounds, so it will be a throw-in for the Union. As we're in the 26th minute, and Sockers FC have a 1-0 lead, looking to stay atop of the table in Group F. Wagner. Huckabee. Temple's onside. Has only Scheinkiel to find in the middle. Now more blue jerseys arrive in the box. DeVries looking to get to the end line. Barnes policing him. Lovely move from DeVries. It's a good cross as well. So very nearly the equalizer. Bowie just directing his header on the wrong side of the post. Was lovely footwork from DeVries. The cross there and did everything right. Climbed the ladder, downward header, just wrong side of the post. Technique was good though. Now looking for the run of Bowie. Celentano smartly playing just enough off his line that if that long ball does go through, he'll be there to mop it up. That's the Union to work it around the back. Wagner for Huckabee. As Aoyama shaping out on the far side. Aoyama is going to go to the U.S. Naval Academy where he wants to be a doctor in the military. He gets into the byline. He's trying to stay up. Referee says play on. The Union bench wanted a penalty. Barnes with the interception and Temple with the foul. What a run, though, that was by Jason Aoyama. And plenty in the stadium felt that the ref should have put it to the spot. Aoyama wins the header. He'll be joined at the U.S. Naval Academy by John Wagner, a captain wearing the number 2 for the Union. It's the ball looking for DeVries, well defended. And Celentano clears. Stojanovic is chasing. Wagner assesses his options as he gets to the ball. Love how his head was on a swivel the whole time, but still Stojanovic able to win it back for Muscall. This is Muscall. Late inclusion into the starting lineup. Evans floats it forward. Was looking for Bowie. Wagner's going to let this one run through for Huckabee to get. DeVries turns. Drives it to Evans. Beautifully brought down on the chest. Now working his way into the box. Still fighting for it, Evans. Oh, what a spin from Evans. More shouts for a penalty come from the Union bench, and once again the referee is uninterested. Stojanovic with the hold-up play. Cisneros flicks it back up to Stojanovic, who's taken down. And now Huckabee is going to get a yellow card. Well, in fact, it's going to be... Well, Flores came over and stood in front of the ref. My vantage point for that particular play was blocked, so I wasn't sure whether it was Flores or Huckabee who made the challenge, although both were in the vicinity. So it's Iskra who's over the dead ball. Five players getting ready to crash the box for Sockers FC. Rather played behind all of them. And it's Ayama who's off to the races. Pushes it forward, looking for the run of Temple, but Barnes gets there first. Just past the half-hour mark in Oceanside, Sockers FC leading the Philadelphia Union 1-0 on a brilliant free kick from Joshua Penn, coming back in the 22nd minute. The Union have had the lion's share of the possession and chances, but they find themselves down 1-0 to a moment of brilliance from a dead ball. So it was Flores who went into the referee's book. Whether or not that was a foul that was worthy of a yellow card, it may very well have just been given for persistent fouling. That was the third or fourth foul by Flores. The referee had already spoken to him once. As Barnes will guide this back to his keeper. Celentano. His pass is intercepted by Ayama. Slipped through by Flores. DeVries helps it on. Flicked over for Bowie. Bowie sets it up! We're level! What a strike from Patrick Bowie, the 15-year-old. On check, Sean Keel with the lovely flick on to Bowie, and he did the rest. One touch to set himself up with the left, and another to bang it in off the post. Perfectly placed, and the Union finally get their reward for their endeavor here in the first half. Sean Keel battling with Cisneros. Leaves it off for Evans. Back to McSwain. He'll loft it over to Ayama on the far side. One touch to get around Conley. And Ayama just unable to keep it in. Referee not happy with some extracurriculars going on off your camera. Just telling everybody to watch their hands. It's in the 34th minute. Philadelphia has just gotten themselves back into this match. A strike from Patrick Bowie. 15-year-old has already been called into 6 camps and has 10 caps for the U.S. youth national teams. As it's won by Mischich. Threads it through. Barnes read it all the way. That's tremendous tracking back and reading of the game from Pierre Barnes. Perrin Barnes has had a lot to deal with today, but he's done well. Wave after wave of attack continues to come from the Philadelphia Union. Flores. Ayama. DeVries. Not about sending in the early cross, and instead is going to leave it off for Ayama. He gets it inside for Mischich. Tried to flick it forward looking for Temple. And crowded out and smacked away by Perrin Barnes. Sample gets it forward for Stojanovic, flicked back. And Penn will leave it off for Connolly. Ethan Connolly, inside for Penn, gets it back. Connolly rolls it along the line. Runs into Sample, but is able to keep possession, Connolly. Chips it into the path of Cisneros. Good job to change the point of attack and get it away from the pressure where they were being squeezed on the far side. Now back into the middle for Ramadan. Out wide for Lang. Lang arrowing his way into the box, plays it across. It's helped on. Back for Penn, looking for his second, and stopped before it could reach McSwain. Iskra rolls it into the feet of Moskal. Moskal still battling. Lang pokes it on, but it's Scheinkiel who seizes on the loose ball. Gets it forward for Mischich. Has DeVries making the run on the right, picks him out. DeVries has two players to find in the box, in Temple and Bowie. DeVries goes at it alone, and the block took the sting out of the shot as it falls into the arms of Celentano. Barnes. Lang has to track this one down, does well to keep it in. Stojanovic back to Cisneros. And well tracking back by Mischich. Bowie, the goal scorer. Scheinkiel will switch it over to DeVries. DeVries has his head up. And it'll be a free kick for the Sockers. Not exactly sure why that was called. Sockers, yes, they didn't have advantage, but it was the exact same thing as if they had that free kick. As the offside flag is up, despite the lovely cushioned header down from Stojanovic. Call made by Darren Bandy, the assistant referee on this near side out of Cal South. Assistant referee on the far side is Riley Hooper out of Oregon. And the fourth official in between the benches is Robert Vince out of Cal North. Free kick driven forward. Temple wins the header. Bowie plays it back into midfield. Scheinkiel will use the safety valve in his goalkeeper as the Union will hit the reset button in the 39th minute. Ayama. Inside for Mischich. Scheinkiel was making a run up the wing. Instead, it comes out wide to Evans. And Evans did well just to win a throw-in for the Union as he was put under a bit of pressure. Wagner. And it will be a free kick for the Union. Quickly taken by Wagner. And I talked about the fact that Patrick Bowie is just 15 years old. He's already played 4 games for Bethlehem Steel in the USL Championship. Tremendous experience for these younger players to be able to go up and be in that sort of environment. DeVries. Mischich Chased down by Evans, but was unable to roll it back in. And so it's going to be a throw-in for Lang and Sockers FC as we're heading towards the final 5 minutes of the first half. Back by Flores. He loses out. Cisneros. And off of Stojanovic last, so it'll be a throw-in for Wagner. Wagner will leave this one off. Evans gets it down the line. Couple chasing, but it comes back to Barnes. I see the Sockers do so well when they're under pressure of playing it direct to Stojanovic. Having him hold it up usually does so well with his layoffs. This time just missed his intended target in Moskal. Cisneros. Flicked on by Semple. Flores slides it through for Ayama. Has DeVries to his left. Now Ayama picks him out. DeVries. And coming back was Penn. Now looking to lead the break, but he only has Stojanovic ahead of him. And he's going to hold it up and bring Moskal into the play. Back for Penn. Turns DeVries and will leave it off for Cisneros. Rolls it out for Connolly. And Connolly unable to keep it in on the far side. So the move peters out, and it will be the Union ball in the 42nd minute. Can either side take the lead before the break? And now the referee wants to have a word with someone. I think he's checking to make sure that Flores is okay. Flores looks to be all right. Iskra. Cisneros. Connolly. Nice move by Connolly. Penn heads it down for Stojanovic. Trying to bulldoze his way through Stojanovic. No foul, says the referee. And Barnes is there to mop up for Sockers FC. Lang being invited to take the space in front of him. Was unable to pick out Moxall. And Semple runs out of bounds. So the final 2 minutes of the first half. The game has slowed down just a bit after it started out at a ferocious pace. Cloud cover cooling things down a little. Started out very sunny and 71 degrees at kickoff. And since the clouds have moved in and the wind has picked up, but I don't think the players will mind. Semple stands over this free kick. Rolls it off for Penn, who has a hit. Didn't test McSwain in the end, but it did have him concerned. After the goal, Penn scored back in the 22nd minute. You'd think confidence would be high. Why not have a go? So we're into the final minute of the first half. Sockers FC took the lead in the 22nd minute on a free kick curled in by Penn, but then Bowie responded 11 minutes later for the Philadelphia Union. So this will be a throw-in by Evans. The referee saying had to go back to the spot of where the ball went out. So Evans is one of many players on this U18 19 Union side who got to spend preseason with the Bethlehem Steel, as there's going to be 1 minute of stoppage time. And Bowie unable to keep it in as the ball's been bogged down right along this touchline for the last 30-40 seconds. DeVries, one back by Ramadan. A beautiful move to elude too. Helped along the line by Stojanovic and cleared away by Wagner before Moskal could get to it. But it will be a throw-in deep in the Union end for Sockers. Perhaps one last chance to nab the lead right before the break. Lang. Ramadan. And well read by Ayama. Sample keeps it in. Played back for Cisneros. No foul, says the referee. The shot takes a deflection. Will bounce wide of McSwain's goal. It'll be a corner kick. The question is, do Sockers FC have enough time to get it off? You have the feeling he's going to give him this last chance, and anything cleared out toward midfield will be the halftime whistle. First corner kick of the game for Sockers, and it comes in first half stoppage time. And the referee isn't happy with some of the handbags he sees going on in the box. Controversy is always with that one player trying to block the goalie, isn't it? Here we go, last chance of the first half. Be an in-swinger from the near side. Needed the flick on, didn't get it, and that will do it. 1-1 after 45 minutes between Sockers FC and the Philadelphia Union. Celentano has made some huge saves, and it allowed Sockers FC to take the lead in the 23rd minute through a beautiful free kick from Joshua Penn, delightfully curling it around the wall and into the upper corner. But the Union continued to press forward, and Bowie scored the equalizer just after the half-hour mark, and that is where we stand as it's 45 minutes down, 45 minutes to go in Oceanside. At the break, it's Sockers FC 1, Philadelphia Union 1. getting ready for the second half, and you can see the first half highlights. There was the goal from Joshua Penn. Beautiful curler from the free kick. Early contender for goal of these playoffs and showcases here in Oceanside. And it set the party, but it would only last for a few minutes as Bowie would turn and fire this one off the post. Just 2 dribbles to set himself up. And an absolute worm burner. Celentano had made some tremendous saves earlier, but there was nothing he could do about this one. And it is 1-1 as we head into the final 45 minutes here on match day 2 in Group F. This one of 667 games being played here in Oceanside. This is the 3rd day of these playoffs and showcase. Go all the way through to the 29th. The girls will come in and begin their playoffs and showcase on the 20th. I guess at this point I could just say they'll begin tomorrow, can't I? Because it'll be the Sockers to get us back underway. And Semple will play it back. Sockers do a great job to break the line of the high press. Ramadan able to get it through for Stojanovic. And it's the perfect start for Sockers FC as they retake the lead. Right off the kickoff, the Union hadn't even touched the ball. Oh, what a ball squeezed in. Stojanovic, a great first touch to set himself up, opens his hips and slots it into the corner. A striker with ice in his veins, and it's his 17th goal of the year. And now the Union will have to play from behind again. It's an interesting celebration. Coming over to send it clear is Dante Huckabee. Oh, what a player the Billikens are going to get. Stefan Stojanovic, who's always in the upper teens, early 20s in goals year after year after year in the U.S. Soccer Development Academy. Understand why he's been called into youth national team camp, Stojanovic. And he's looking for more, but this one just over him. A towering header from Iskra to win it. Or Sample, rather. The ball will trickle out of bounds on the far side, and it will be a Union's throw. Oh, and the throw falling right to a Sockers player, was just unable to connect, but that could have very easily been 3-1. As Perrin Barnes wins it back. Connolly. Bielik came in at halftime. Tim Bielik, another player who has spent time with the youth national teams. Now the referee holding up play. He's calling out the trainer. I'm not sure exactly what happened. And he's saying that Penn knocked heads with somebody. So Penn will be looked at quickly. The question is, if he needs to go through a protocol or not. They can bring somebody on for him and not have it count against the substitutions. So Penn needs to go through concussion protocol. But one of the great innovations from the U.S. Soccer Development Academy is they allow somebody to sub on for him. And then once Penn is cleared, Penn can come back in. And it's going to be Robert Matei who will come in for Penn. So the Prairie Grove, Illinois native will make his 22nd appearance of the season. And if Penn is able to come back in, Matei can go back out and still re-enter the game later on. Bowie trying to turn. He eventually wins the ball. Still going with it. Now slides it off to Temple. It falls for on check Sean Keel, who can't keep his shot on down. Well, once again, it's Bowie creating all the problems up top. Lovely interchange of passes with him and Temple, who slided it across for Scheinkiel. Just couldn't find his 4th goal of the season. Did score in the 3-2 loss against San Jose on match day 1, Scheinkiel. Oh, and how the Union could have used that. Temple. And a good job by Tony Temple to chase that ball down and make sure the only thing the Sockers could do with it is clear it out of bounds. Sample wins it in midfield. Over to the far side. Evans loses the foot race. Oh, this is a buccaneering run. And a dangerous ball across, slid away by Huckabee. Conley. Matei. It's on for Penn. And calmly defended by Ayama. Patrick Bowie over the top looking for the run of Tony Temple. Strong defending by Barnes. Matei inside for the second half sub Bielik. Bowie tried to lay that off for Scheinkiel, who's still chasing. This is Scheinkiel. Well read by Iskra, who wins the free kick. Lang will come over to take. And so we'll have the change as Matei comes out and Penn re-enters the game. It's good to see that Penn is okay. And a good shift put in by Robert Matei. Stojanovic wins the first header. Lovely touch to settle the ball at the second time of asking. Bielik, Stojanovic. Shot will drag wide of McSwain's goal, so it'll be a goal kick for the Union. Barnes smacks it clear. Stojanovic chasing. Huckabee and Wagner are there as well. And Huckabee turns it away from Stojanovic, but shows too much of it to Bielik. Slides it over to the far side. The shot is over. A good effort though. Very strong and quick in transition, Bielik, to get that ball over. Just didn't lean over the ball when he hit it. Cleared out of bounds by Barnes. Ayama will take the throw in. Inside for DeVries. They roll it back out for Bowie. And across comes Iskra. And it will be a corner kick for the Philadelphia Union in the 55th minute. So DeVries is over. And drives it low right into the two-man wall. The Sockers have. Ooh, silky skill. Miscic works his way in the box. Still going Miscic. What a tremendous goal from Selmir Miscic. If ever the Union needed a moment of magic, that Miscic delivers. One of the cries that just came from one of the subs on the Union bench was nasty. I think that's a good adjective to describe what Miscic just did. Tremendous individual effort from Selmir Miscic, and we are level once again in Oceanside. Look at that for a sleight of foot, and then the presence of mind to pick his head up and realize that the far corner was open. And the Union are back on level pegging once again. Miscic in the 56th minute. As Iskra will take this free kick. And he'll roll it short to Barnes. Connolly shaping out wide on this near side. Instead it goes in the middle where it's picked off by Scheinkeel. And Scheinkeel wins the free kick. On tech Scheinkeel. Slated to play his college ball at Marist. His parents came over from Poland, and Scheinkeel will be the first member of his family to go to college. And Scheinkeel has been tremendous in the midfield, but he's going to have to run back now as the counter is on for Sockers FC. Played in the center. Stojanovic is there, and it's cleared off the line, and the question is, did it go over? Referee says no. Bielik. Connolly. And the Union are able to scramble it clear. More nervous moments as Huckabee saving the Union with the clearance off the line. Oh, he got just a touch and then it hit off Aoyama, and oh, that's close. Unfortunately, none of us have those watches that buzz if the ball crosses over the line. Oh, the referee had a much better vantage point than we did and said it didn't fully cross. And it will be a free kick for Sockers FC. Let's take a look again. Great work by our cameramen to see this, and oh, it's close. It's close. It's very close. Sample swings this in, a bit too high of a trajectory, and climbing the ladder to pluck it out of the air is McSwain. Good distribution out for Bowie. Bowie muscles off Barnes. Bielik battling for it in midfield. Flores able to get away from him, but Sample gets to the loose ball before DeVries. Flicked on for Stojanovic. Bielik has Cade Hagen out wide if he can find him. Instead picks out Cisneros, who did try and find Hagen. However, pass was lacking the necessary pace, and able to get it away was Tiger Evans. And that will be his last action of the game. So Evans comes out. He is going to be replaced by Ryan Betcher. And Betcher will make his 15th appearance of the season. His dad was a former USL coach, Bill Betcher. And Betcher, who's UMBC bound, comes on just on the hour mark. Slid inside. Stojanovic spins away from the pressure. Was looking to slip it in, but it's won back by Scheinkeel. And now forward for Tony Temple. Temple looking to run. Temple gets by two. Bowie sprinting into the area. It's cleared away. It'll be a corner kick, but what a run that was from Tony Temple. Tony's brother Jackson plays for the U-17s. Will be in action tomorrow. Match day 2 of the U-16-17 playoffs. So the corner kick is swung in. And the header from Betcher. And Barnes is able to swipe it clear. Now the race is on. Penn. Wagner matches him step for step. And Penn has to spin back around. Well, tried to play it across looking for the run of Stojanovic, but it's cut out. And Huckabee ventures into the opposition half. Flores wants it back. Huckabee obliges. See with in-play catch. Well, it's a good run from the center back, but he's met by his opposite number. And it's another corner kick for the Philadelphia Union. Eighth of the game now for the Union. And it was all due to their center back making an 80-yard run. And this one driven in right into the arms of Celentano. If it weren't for some of the saves he made early on, this could be a very different game. Flores, little touch on for DeVries. Can't bring it down. Connolly overtakes. Semple over the top. He's looking for Stojanovic. Instead, it's Penn who's going to come in, but it's hooked away by Huckabee. Iskra rolls it out of bounds. So this is the first of 2 games we'll have for you here in the U-18-19 playoffs. It's coming up at 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. It's the New England Revolution taking on St. Louis FC. Some more excellent soccer to come from the Development Academy here in Oceanside. And of course, at the U-15 level tomorrow, the Philadelphia Union will be back in action as Chris Brewer's side takes on LAFC. Just 8 teams making it through to the playoffs at the U-15 level. 2 groups of 4, with the group winners playing the final on the 25th as DeVries is whistled for the foul. And of the 8 teams, the 7 division winners and the next best team based on points per game, 5 of those teams are undefeated, so I can't wait to see those games at the U-15 level here in Oceanside. Sample flights it in. Will bypass everyone and roll out for a goal kick. Flores won the first header, Bowie the second. Temple. Mischich plays it on for Bowie! Denied his second by the boot of Celentano at his near post. Another big save from Roman Celentano. Now Bowie being told to leave it. 15-year-old running rampant at the U-18 19 level as DeVries unable to direct his header across the face of goal. Such good positioning and reactions from Celentano to deny Patrick Bowie, and it's a goal kick for the two-time defending Mid-America Division champions. Sean Kill wins it. Now you're starting to see some urgency from the Union as they continue to press forward. Sean Kill running at Connolly. Darts his way into the box, tries to put in the cross, and Bielik will clear. What a beautiful ball that was from Bielik to get it out wide for Penn, who's unable to pick out Stojanovic rather. And just rolls under the feet of Bowie. This will be a free kick for the Sockers in the 68th minute. And Barnes will take. Clips it back over for Connolly. Ayama will take the throw in for Philadelphia. And it's Barnes who wins it again. A tremendous ball winner, Barnes. And then the presence of mind to roll that back for Connolly. However, the ball for Penn was overhit. We'll have another throw in on this near side. Bowie was looking for the back header, but instead it will go out for a throw-in for the Sockers. Won by Temple. They want a free kick, and they're going to get it, the Union. Driven to the top of the box, Celentano is off his line and shows that he's a boss in his area as he quickly throws it out for Bielik. Pass played behind Penn. Sean Keel. Ayama. One of the few times he's been able to get forward in this second half, Ayama. Temple to the byline. Barnes doing the defending. It'll be a throw-in for the Union. This one comes across for Wagner. He's tried to play it to the top of the box, but it's cleared away over Stojanovic. Huckabee gets it back to Betcher. He'll slide it into the middle. And back out it comes for Barnes. Correction, Huckabee. This is Barnes who intercepts. And Bielik gets there before Bowie. And Bowie's dropped more into a bit of a midfield role chasing. Started much higher. Inside for Cisneros. And slid away by Wagner, who has since moved to the outside. Since Evans has come off, Betcher has come into the center, and Wagner has moved outside to the left back position. So Wagner wants to take this throw in. DeVries will leave it off for him. Wagner went to preseason with the Philadelphia Union. Mentioned before that Wagner, along with Ayama, are going to Navy. Wagner's brother is also going to go with him to the U.S. Naval Academy. So it'll be a throw-in on the far side. Game is settled into a midfield battle over these last 5 minutes. Can either side wrestle the initiative back in their favor? 72nd minute here on match day 2 in Group F. 2-2 between Sockers FC and the Philadelphia Union, who have twice come back after falling behind. And that's a heavy challenge. And it's going to be a yellow card for Iskra. Or Sample, rather. Take a look. And it was Connolly who got the yellow card, beg your pardon. Now you can see why that was a yellow, though. It was well in behind. Seven players getting ready to crash the box for the Philadelphia Union as this one swung toward the back post. Betcher to put it back across the face of goal. And there were no takers in a dark blue jersey. That is a great job by Flores to not allow the Sockers to break. As the Union are preparing a change. And it's going to be Nicholas Blacklock who's set to check in. We'll see who he replaces. So this is Ontek Scheinkeel. Wriggles his way around one, gets it off to Mischich. He leaves it off for Bowie, but it's sent clear. And so now Blacklock is getting set to come in, and he will enter the game for Jack DeVries. So Blacklock, who was on his way to Virginia Tech, will come in. He's been with the Philadelphia Union since 8th grade, Nicholas Blacklock, and now he makes his 23rd appearance of the season. Hint of a handball, but play goes on, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Union. So we're heading toward the final 15 minutes in Oceanside. Bielik with the interception. It's a smart turn on the far side. Temple has been very lively. That's going to be a free kick. And a yellow card as well. It's Lang who's the latest player to go into the referee's book. And now a dangerous opportunity for the Union from the set piece. Six players getting ready to make runs in and around the top of the penalty area. And Flores hanging out just behind should anything be cleared out to him. Referee telling Betcher and company that he's watching them. Doesn't want to see any pushing off. Barnes is in the mix as well. In comes the service to the back post, headed back across. Temple battling for it. And winning the foot race is Scheinkeel. Still going Scheinkeel. He tried to smuggle it through, and it's cleared away. Penn unable to keep it in. Scheinkeel. Perfectly measured pass just over the head of the defender. And Scheinkeel's off in space. Barnes doing the defending. Who else? It's been a titan at the back today, Perrin Barnes. Connolly invited to come forward. Sample drives it in the feet of Bielik. Connolly continued his run. Nayama steps in to break up the play. Huckabee's header clear. Sample intercepts over to the far side. Hagen, oh, lovely ball in. Penn! Another opportunity for Penn! Just on the wrong side of the post from a soccer's perspective. Dangerous moments from Cade Hagen. His second appearance off the bench in these playoffs, and so very nearly started the move that would have once again given Sockers FC the lead. A great save by McSwain coming out, and then a smart little header with the goalkeeper out, but just missing on the near post from Joshua Penn. Sample with a towering header. Huckabee got up highest the second time. Referee waves play on. Now Temple trying to bulldoze his way through. He goes down, but the offside flag is up. The New England Revolution have just arrived. They're getting set for the second feature game, which will kick off at 5:30 Pacific as they take on St. Louis FC. Betcher has to be careful. Stojanovic is sneaking in behind him, and Betcher did well. Stojanovic didn't allow the clearance. The ball pumped right back in, and Aoyama smartly heads it back to his keeper. Gets it back out for Aoyama. Pushes it forward for Scheinkeel. Scheinkeel leaves it off for Aoyama. Able to fend off Barnes. Hint of handball. Referee lets play go on. The clearance only as far as Flores. He sends it back in. A stooping header clear. Connolly helps it on. And Huckabee wins the battle with Stojanovic. And now a free kick at the top of the box. Bielik doesn't seem to agree as Sean Keel was brought to ground. And now there's a Sockers player down. Looks like cramp just being stretched out. As we're into the final 10 minutes in Oceanside, 2-2 between Sockers FC and the Philadelphia Union. Sockers have twice taken the lead, and twice the Union have responded. So a chance for these players to get water, and good look at David Richardson, the academy director and head coach of these U18-19 Sockers FC's players. Has developed nearly 50 professional players, David Richardson, including the likes of Jay DeMerit, Mike McGee, Will Johnson, Baggio Husidic, Jonathan Spector, and Michael Bradley, just to name a few. And his soccer side, always so successful, not only in the Mid-America Division, but making deep runs in these playoffs as well. It's now a substitution to be made for Sockers FC. We'll see if they get to make it before the free kick is taken, and yes, they will. As coming off is going to be Lucien Lang. Meanwhile, a change also made for the Union as Mischich, who scored the equalizer, comes out. And coming on in his place is Leo Afonso. Afonso, who joined this season from Boca United, making his 21st appearance. So Scheinkiel is over the ball. As is Blacklock. And it's going to be a corner kick. 9th of the game for the Union. Betcher getting ready to attack it. And the header from Tempo. Celentano climbs. And looks for the quick outlet to Penn. Penn, forward, Hagen has a step, Wagner coming across, Hagen! The substitute gives Sockers FC the lead. The counterattack worked to perfection. And once again, it's Joshua Penn who's at the forefront of it all, but Hagen still had it all to do. A calm, cool, and collected finish. And the Sockers in front for the third time today. Sees the defender coming, picks his head up, and picks out the far corner. Scheinkiel. Can the Union come back for the third time today?
Who is bringing the player over for the interview?
That's a young Union side.
Who's bringing
They
the
have
player
6 of their
over for the
guys
interview?
with Bethlehem Steel in the USL Championship. So they bought up 5 players from the 16-17s for these playoffs. And they've played well, but for the second game running, they find themselves down 3-2. They've shown their grit, their mettle to come back twice already today. Can they do it for a third time? Or will this experienced soccer side hold on? They have 5 minutes plus stoppage time. And Joshua Penn has been at the forefront of all of it. Stojanovic whistled for the barge in the back against Ayama. Clipped over by Sean Kill, but sent clear. Flores is the substitute. Now Penn taking off. He's in a foot race with Ayama, who beats him to the punch. The ball back is a short one, and Stojanovic unable to take advantage. Well, on the far side, these Soccer's FC Academy players and fans can sense that their side is on the verge of going to 6 points heading into the final match day, where they will face off against the San Jose Earthquakes. And depending on the match between the San Jose Earthquakes and Nomads going on today, that could very well be a winner-take-all match. See who goes through to the quarterfinals on the 24th. But still plenty of work to be done, especially defending this free kick against the Philadelphia Union. As this one floated in. And Bielik able to get there at the top of the box. Left off for Penn. Threads it through. Bielik in a foot race with Huckabee, who wins it. Aaron clearance from McSwain, but Ayama helps it on. Only as far as Penn. And he is shielded off by Leo Alfonso. Through for Temple. There's 4 players in the box. Temple puts it across, and it's cleared away by Sample. Now Stojanovic all the way back to help with the defending, but it's won back by the Union. Blacklock into the box. Blacklock puts a defender on his butt, but is unable to get the cross. Inflated back in, all the way through, and Celentano with another last gasp save. Tenth corner kick of the game for the Union when they need it to come to fruition most. You have a feeling now that it is just going to be the Union throwing everything that they have at Soccer's FC. And it's Ramadan who gets it clear. Betcher. And anywhere will do now as Hagen sends it downfield. Stojanovic still pressing. Over the top, looking for Bowie. And Cisneros sends it up into the afternoon air. Now the big question is how much stoppage time will be put up on the board. So we hit the 90th minute mark, and there will be 4 minutes of stoppage time. 4 minutes for the Union to find an equalizer. 4 minutes for the best defense in the U.S. Soccer Development Academy to hold on to this 3-2 lead. Blacklock slides it through. Played across, Celentano lets it go. And no takers at the back post. Sent back in. And Celentano will sit on this one. And Celentano is looking for Stojanovic. Instead, it's brought down by Betcher. Cisneros took a knock as he went up for that header. Play goes on. Blacklock gets it out wide. Played across just beyond the run of Bowie.
Different field.
Up next for Sockers FC, if they can hang on, would be a possible winners-take-all clash against the San Jose Earthquakes, where the Philadelphia Union will finish off this playoffs against Nomads. And de facto home team, considering that they play some of their home games here. There's now a player down being stretched out. I believe it's Cisneros who's struggling. Cisneros has put in a heavy shift in midfield. And now Cisneros walking off. So Cisneros is off, and coming on is Dante Mancini for his first appearance of these playoffs and his 17th of the season. Mancini out of Lake Forest, Illinois, will help to help Sockers close out this game as we're into the final minute of the minimum 4 minutes of stoppage time. But following that injury and substitution for Cisneros, you'd think that we will play beyond that. Stojanovic thought it should be his ball, but instead it's Ayama who plays it back. Huckabee gets it across for Betcher. Sent over to the far side, looking for the run of Blacklock. Instead, flying forward is Flores. Does well to keep his feet, works his way into the box, and the flag is up for offside. And now they're saying that the foul was first. Union tried to take it quickly. Blacklock very frustrated that the referee's bringing this ball back. And the referee's setting up his wall. Be a three-man wall for Sockers FC. Possibly the last opportunity for the Philadelphia Union to grab a share of the spoils. This one sent in low. Celentano watches it go wide of his near post. Stojanovic crowded out. Bowie chasing. Instead, won back by Mancini. And that will do it. Sockers FC will go into the final match day with a chance to move on to the quarterfinals as they win 3-2 against the Philadelphia Union. An excellent match. Momentum swinging from side to side, but in the end, it's the Sockers who edge it 3-2. Reminder to stay with us coming up at 5:30 Pacific. It's the New England Revolution taking on St. Louis FC in Group A action. But for now, it's so long from Oceanside, where it finishes. Sockers FC 3, Philadelphia Union 2.
I don't think he knows about it. Fuck that. Take that dip up.
We're here with Joshua Penn. First of all, congratulations on the 3-2 win.
Thank you, sir.
What allowed you guys to edge it out against the Philadelphia Union?
I mean, we knew they were going to be a good team coming in. They were going to attack a lot, but we knew when we had the ball, we had to use it the best we could in our possession because we knew they were going to have spells with the ball, and we were going to have spells with the ball too. But I think in the end, our defenders made some great saves and lots of blocks, but overall, we just wanted it more in the end, and it was a really good Philadelphia Union team, so we're super stoked to get that win.
Now, you scored a ridiculous free kick. Walk us through it.
I mean, it was pretty close, closer than I'd like usually, and I was thinking of hitting it to the left of the wall and try to hit it near post or far post, but I thought I could just clip it over and hopefully it would go in, and luckily it went in.
Well, so many of you have been with the Sockers Club for so long. What would a deep run in these playoffs mean to you?
Oh, it would mean everything. I mean, this 01 group's been together forever, and I've been with them for a long time, as like being an older 00. But these guys have known each other and played each other since they were so young. So it's like a brotherlyhood. So
well,
it means the world. Yeah.
Joshua Penn scored a tremendous free kick to get Sockers FC on their way to a 3-2 win over the Philadelphia Union.